Hi everybody and welcome to this playthrough video guide for the Regal Ruckus 9-hole cup expert division here on the channel. These are the qualifying round wins, but you will still be able to tweak and use the general approaches for the final round as well. Don't forget to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well, totally free to do so. Plenty of drops, remember to tweak as you need to though, according to wind angle variance, strength and of course your club's balls and play style. Finally, timestamps are in the video description down below, and if you're going to play the Winter Major next week, remember to check out the channel for some content to help you with that tournament as well. Good luck, here we go. Hole number 1, we're going to go aggressive with a berserker. APOC 5 and 6, red ring touching the sand line, P5 max rest. Then we are going to add our spin, and we're going with 5.8 top spin, no side spin. If you've got APOC 4, you will have to stretch out 1.7 rings. You'll see I just moved my landing position slightly to the left there. So APOC 5 and 6, it's going to be actually 30% of the blue ring on the fairway. If you've got APOC 4, it will be red ring touching the sand line. We adjust max plus 10, and then I'm pushing up here to the top of plus 24 with APOC 5 and above. P5 max rest with APOC 4. It is going to be a shaky needle. We're going to go with half a ball of curl to the left, full overpower, try and hit perfect. Great balls either side might risk the rough. This is a very narrow line, but all being well, you're going to park up there towards the end of the fairway, around 470 yards. Just very quickly showing you the wedge setup. It is normal end bringer school. You're going to have around 45% slider from there. But instead of using no spin, you will need about 1.5 bars of backspin. Look for a nice consistent ball guide to the hole. We're going to use the Guardian on this par 3. Guardian level 9, P3 max rest, red ring touching the rough on the right. Then we add our spin, and we're going to go with 4.9 backspin and 2 bars of right spin. The adjustment here is maximum distance 15% elevation, and we're using power 3 settings. You don't need to use a precision ball. You'll see a few of them in this video here, but it's just to speed up the content creation process for me. Centering the ball, and we're going to hit perfect and catch a very nice funnel on the green down to the flag for a hole in one. And you can see it just taking a corner there, turning on the green, and there we drop it right at the pin. On this par 5, we're going to go APOC and Grizzly, APOC 5 and above, P3 max rest, bullseye in the middle of that fairway pad, and then we add our spin, and we're going with 3 top spin and 3 left spin. In fact, I go 3.2 top spin and 3 left spin. You might want to tweak the left spin by a click further down to around 2.8, 2.9 if you feel this one is too close to the rough for comfort. If you've got APOC 4, you stretch out 1.7 rings to find your position. Max plus 10, power 3 settings, no push up unless you have APOC 4, in which case you would push up 6 yards. And we're going with some curl here. You can see it is 1.5 ball of curl just before the circle drops as our overpower reference there. Hitting perfect, bouncing nicely on the pad, and then rolling nicely. You can see it is a bit close to the rough. If you're worried about that, either reduce the curl or reduce the left spin. Second shot, we're going to do a pin check here, put the bullseye over the pin. Grizzly 9 is plus 4. Grizzly 7 and 8 is going to be plus 7. In both of those cases, we're going to play 70% slider, minus 20 elevation. The spins used here, 2 top spin and 2 bars of right spin. Might need to vary the top spin by a click or 2 either way, depending on your drive, but I'm looking at having the red ring touching the rough line and the ball guide going to the pin. 2% per yard, so if your pin check was plus 3, you are nearer, so you go 68% slider instead. So minus 20 elevation, this one does play uphill. Pulling over the bullseye here with the Grizzly, then we're going to hit perfect. Centering the ball. There we go, there's a perfect, and it's going to catch the rough very nicely. Rolling onto the green and dropping right at the pin for the albatross. Simple one-on-one setup here. So 1-to-1 is the adjustment. We are going to add spin. And here I go, you can see, with all of the right spin with the Kingmaker. So three bars of right spin, about 1.2 back spin. Blue ring is going to touch the rough in both places there. We're not really looking at the plus yards because there is only 1 point where that blue ring can touch the rough in both left and right sides. So that's what we're looking at there with spin added. 1-to-1, so 7.8 in wind. We're going to adjust this one 7.8 rings. The only thing I would think we need to do here is to tweak the curl because I just missed this one to the side. In the video here you can see I'm using circle break, curl to the right, no overpower, but we're hitting perfect. This is a tough par 3 though, to be honest. Bouncing nicely, we are just going to miss this one, like I said, on the left. So a few clicks more curl and we should be in. If you like the free content here on the channel and want to support us, you can do so on Patreon. Lots of different membership tiers there provided according to the support you wish to give. They all give you the same perks, and that is exclusive content, general elevation shootout sheets for tour play and checkpoint challenges, and early access to content on the channel as well. And also, if you've got any questions about the game or want to know how to improve, you can shoot me a direct message as well. All the support there is greatly appreciated and helps keep the content here on the channel free. Thank you very much. On this hole here, we're going to go with APOC and Sniper. Spins first, 5.8 top spin and 2 left spin. Ring references are as follows. APOC 5 and 6, red ring touching the rough at the top of plus 10. In fact, sorry, it's a correction there. 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough. I just shifted that one slightly to the left. So 20% of the red ring in the rough. APOC 4 will be red ring touching though, but you will be at P3 max rest. So that will be at plus 16. Adjustment here, max plus 10. For me, that is, I believe, 6.4 rings. Then we're going to leave it where it is. Centering the ball, no overpower, no underpower, hitting perfect. We want to bounce firstly on the fairway, then onto the next piece of fairway, and then into the rough and roll out. You might need to tweak the top spin based on the wind strength, take a token or two and find out if that's the case. Drive distance of around 375, then second shot we're adding 1 bar of left spin. And here I'm having the ball guide stopping a good couple of green squares short. Need to just modify the aim slightly here though. This one comes in a little bit on the hot side, pointing more or less at the pin. And the adjustment here, I would like to play landing position plus yards, 10% elevation, but power 1 settings. Now for plus 9 with Sniper 10, it will be plus 11 with Sniper 9. We're going to go 92% on the slider. You will see this one, though, come in a little bit hot. So based on the miss in the video, you will then need to tweak the aim in terms of the ball guide reference. I would maybe add a click or two of backspin, or you could just move further back with your aim. You can see here, the line is good, just skimming over the right edge of the hole. Tough hole here, we're going to set up with the quarterback here, and we're going to have just before the plus yards begin, you can see there just before plus 1, the white ring touching the rough. Then we switch to APOC and we want the Sniper for the second shot. Going to add spin, and we're going with 5.8 top spin, 3 bars of right spin. Now be very careful on the overpower and your pull angle here. If you have any inadvertent OP or bad pull angle, you will land directly in the rough. Take a token or two and get familiar with the shot if possible. Max plus 10 is the adjustment on this one. Maximum distance 10%. Elevation. If anything, if you're worried about the pull angle, favour a small 1159 just to pull yourself further away from the rough. You can see here I'm going with 2 balls of curl just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. If you are worried though about that, you could go a click or two before that point. You can see it is very close to the rough, so I would probably advise you to back off the OP by a couple of clicks. Second shot, this is primarily a safe get to green, but you might be lucky and drop the eagle. This is a long par 4. We're going with 4 top spin, 3 left spin, and I want to have that second bounce in the rough, and then the ball guide trickling out between the bunkers and onto the green. Landing position plus yards here, +2. We're going to play 75% slider, 0 elevation. That would be +4 if you had sniper level 9. So we're going to centre the ball and hit perfect. I believe the adjustment I've given you here is a slight tweak because I was coming in a little bit to the right. So go with what is on the notepad. You can see it's a bit close to comfort there, so what is on the notepad and in the comments should get you nicer in between the bunkers, and then we're going to be putting very safely for our birdie. Final par 3. Now we're going to go with the rough bump. Now precision ball is good on this because a great right may be trouble. We're going with 3.2 backspin and 3 right spin, and I'm having at the +3 yards a little bit of the yellow ring falling into the sand. You can see the tip of the ball guide. It's at the edge of that dark green square column. So that's what I'm looking at there at the plus yards shown. So a couple of references there. We're going to go medium distance, 0 elevation, and we're going to play with power 2 settings here. So mid +0, power 2. Like I said, precision ball helps, but it's not essential, but you would need to ensure a perfect if you're playing with a non-precision, because we're going to land close to the bunker. Here you can see I'm going with circle break, curl to the right. This does need a little bit of a tweak though. I would add another 2 clicks of curl, bouncing nicely in the rough, but this is unfortunately just going to park up on the left hand side of the hole. So a couple of clicks more of a right curl and you should be okay. Now, this is not a guarantee that you're going to roll out. There's not really enough tailwind, but it is worth a go if you're feeling brave. I'm trying with the extra mile 9. If you don't have the APOC 7 and above with the top spin, you will need to use extra mile. Stretching out in between the bush and the tree, we're going with max top spins, that's 7.7 bars and 2 right spin. This is going to be a risky shot though, and you may get a dead bounce and end up in the rough. So it's up to you whether you want to take it on. You shouldn't at all be risking the birdie. Max +0, power 5. In the video here I push up not all the way to max. I go to the top of +28. I really should have gone to max. This one does make it out, but only just. So it's up to you how much you want to kind of risk it based on the wind angle that you may have. We're going with just before 3/4 ball curl to the right. Full over power, like I said, it is a shaky needle though, so there is risk involved. Only play it if you are comfortable with the risk. We're just making it out there for an end bringer shot for our eagle. Final par 5, 2 easy adjustments. You don't even need a wind app. 1-to-1 on both shots. Now we're adding spin with the rock there. You can see a couple of bars of top spin, 3 bars of left spin. I'm using a katana here. Blue ring touching the wood rail there. Top of +3 with the rock level 8. Top of +2 with the rock level 9. Second bounce you can see is in that mud patch. Using a katana because I think we've used a few too many kingmakers for a mini here, so it's nice to go a bit cheaper if we can. 1-to-1 adjust, so 9.4 wind, we're going 9.4 rings. If you get really high wind here, you could drop down to a kingmaker. Going with a little bit of left curl and hitting perfect. First bounce on the fairway, second bounce in the rough, and rolling out. If you're worried about higher winds, just reduce a click of top spin so you don't miss the rough completely. Second shot, we're going to stretch out to absolute max and have the bullseye in the middle of the fairway with our sniper. That will be with a power 2 ball, of course. And then we're going to add our spin, 2.5 backspin, 3 right spin. This is only going to be about getting it to the green. Again, 1-to-1 adjust, so 9.4 with the wind strength there. We're going to go 9.4 rings. So making our adjustment, then it's time to take our shot. We're going full over power, but it's going to be a really slow needle, even with a katana. And we're going with max right curl. You can see here, minor great left and right will be fine, but you've got a nice steady needle, hitting perfect, and it bounces on the fairway, and the spin is going to grab and take us onto the green, and then you will be putting for your eagle on this tough par 5. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.